Awesome environment, I think, is going to be the first statement I want to make. That crowd was very helpful tonight. These girls played their hearts out, and we knew that it was going to be a battle, and it was. Despite whatever scores might have been, I think Metro did a good job of battling the whole night. Obviously, I think for the team, and I'll let these guys speak on that, but as far as the head coach, I know that the team was very focused on that, and it took a little bit for me to take the focus off of that because it was so important to them.
I mean, we worked just so hard this entire season after that, just working to get here, and that one tonight was just awesome for us.
I think that our just entire demeanor was different. Just coming into that third set, we knew, we were up 2-0, lost in 5, and we knew that we were going to win that set. We were not going to let them push back, which I thought was a huge improvement from us, during the middle of the season, so it shows, how we improved. But Metro still pushed back. I think that they had a great scouting report, which forced us to make changes, but I thought it was really, really good for us. I think it's a culmination, especially with Joel as head coach, and obviously with Nikki and Kristen in the middle, just opens the right side wide open for me. CC setting and all of our passers just passing great balls, so it's definitely a team effort, and I think that we're better at it this year. But I think that playing behind Katie just always. I always, never got down on myself because Katie was probably the best right side in RMAC at the time. So I just kept pushing forward and kept trying to improve, and playing behind somebody really great has also made me really great. I think it's more of just a mentality of putting your hands over the net and being aggressive with it. I can only do so much by setting the block, but Nikki and Kristen finish it by pressing over, closing. They do a really good job. They're really fast closing. So I can't really take a lot of the credit, but it's just kind of reminding. And I think that the team respects me enough that they make that switch in their mind.
I'd say Caitlin is probably our most competitive blocker. If she gets too old, she takes it personal. Seriously, and goes out there and makes an adjustment. And I think that really builds the rest of the team on taking blocking seriously. And I'm glad she said that she blocks with intent, and we've really focused on that here. It's an opportunity to score, and I think a lot of blockers don't realize. They think that it's just playing defense, like digging a ball, but when there's a point on the line, you got to take that a little more seriously. And we've talked about that early, and so our block is very intent on scoring points for us. I couldn't be more proud. I mean, she is a fighter, and just like she blocks, she's a fighter. Ever since she came here and playing behind Katie Klein, she could have easily kind of taken a backseat, but she wanted to play, and all of that hard work has now paid off. And I hope other players feel the same way, whether it's our team or any team, that as long as you put in that hard work, day in and day out, and be respectful about it, great things will come, and that came true tonight, and it's a huge testament on how hard she's worked.
Yeah, I think so. I know they lost I think about 8 seniors total.
6
seniors,
six.
Yeah. So I knew that we were going to be very young, and that's always exciting to have a young team, just because we can just build off of each other and just kind of see that. So I knew good things were going to come for sure.
Yeah, it'll be good, and the crowd was amazing. So hopefully they're all going to be back. And having some regional opponents in our gym will be good, and just to see how the RMAC fares against the rest of the region will be fun. The time off is going to be great, and I got to give some kudos to our trainer, Alex, for keeping this team all together because having 12 players is a lot of reps throughout a season, and she's done a great job of keeping us healthy, and this break's going to even be better for us. Yeah, and we talked to her about compartmentalizing her game, and she does a fine job at that, of whether it's her serve or her back row defense or her offense. And you can be great at one and not be great at the other, but you can't let one and the other affect herself. And she comments on it all the time, and she does do a good job at that. Yeah, and the last time they really, Steph Laraway had a really great game against us last time, so that was a little bit of a focus to make sure we get in front of her. And Santasia is a great outside, and so she tore us apart the last time we played, and she did a great job tonight too. That was a game plan. It's hard to stop great hitters, though. I thought their defense probably was even better tonight. Our players are coming over saying, "I can't put the ball away," and I said, it's hard against good teams to do that, but you got to keep staying aggressive. And so those are a couple things. I thought the serve and pass game, we didn't do a great job of it last time we played, so that was important tonight. So those are some of the tactics, I guess, that we made changes to. That rotation, actually, with the way she serves and her most comfortable serve and zone on the court, matched up pretty well against the rotation that Metro was in. And so, like anyone, if they're comfortable, then they're going to be more aggressive. And so she's very aggressive. So I think that had a lot to do with that streak at that point. When you have an aggressive serve and you win that serve and pass game, then the defense and everything else kind of falls into place a little more easily.
It's a really good feeling, and I just really owe it all to my teammates because like they just pushed me like from the spring and then just like in the fall, just because like I didn't know any of the teams here, the RMAC, so they always were just constantly telling me like some key players to just kind of like key on and everything, and I just really owe it all to them because they just push me every single day and with blocking and hitting, so.
Good. You always wonder am I going to be any good, right? I think everyone in a new position always wonders if they're going to be adequate or good or great at what you do. Just day in and day out, I'm big on plans and what do I need to do as a coach, and so I try and do those things, but a lot of it falls on the players and do they believe in what you're telling them. And that goes a long ways. They're eventually the ones that are getting coaches those accolades.